You can hardly look at the news these days without seeing stories about network hacks and massive data breaches. It seems like everyone is under attack. But let's listen to Narus's Neil Harrington as he examines this threat landscape and discusses how the NarusInsight CyberProtection solution can identify these malicious attacks.
Keeping our network safe today requires a layered approach to security. We're in an environment with advanced persistent threat and the insider threats. And we have our traditional perimeter defenses such as firewalls and IDS. And we have our endpoint security solutions such as personal firewalls and endpoint encryption solutions. But it's just not enough. The perimeter defenses do a very good job of blocking threats from coming in from the outside, but we need to be continuously monitoring the network so that we can identify things that have slipped through those perimeter defenses, as well as some of the insider threat that may be occurring, including things like data exfiltration and other anomalies occurring within the network. Maintaining situational awareness means that we have to continuously monitor the network from the inside. You know, in the past, our perimeter defenses were good enough. They created this walled garden where everything was bad on the outside and everything on the inside was good. That's no longer good enough, and we need to monitor the network from within so that we can identify the anomalies that are happening within the network, and we can identify any insider threat activity that may be taking place. We need to respond to these things pretty quickly because as the advanced persistent threat landscape evolves, they're continuously hitting the networks. And we need to be able to respond very quickly as we identify anomalies within the network. Traditional perimeter defenses are signature-based. They look for things that we've already known, we've already been able to identify based on their signature. In order to truly monitor a network, we need to be able to learn the network as we monitor it and then adjust the baselines that we've learned so that we can identify behavior-based anomalies in the network and not just do pattern matching for signatures. Traditional IDSs generally use signatures. There's a lag time between the time signatures get updated and the time they get deployed in the network. In today's environment where we have an advanced persistent threat continuously hammering on the network, we need the ability to model the network through this learned behavior and use those models to identify what should be happening on the network so that we can alert the network operator anytime an anomaly occurs. NarusInsight CyberProtection is a network-based traffic intelligence and security tool. It sits in the network behind the traditional perimeter defenses, and it can catch things that the traditional perimeter defenses may have missed or things that are introduced from within the network. It provides the continuous monitoring of the network and is able to alert the network operations or security operations to things that may be happening in the network that require further investigation. Cyber protection provides a level of detailed information so that both the network operators and the security operations centers can focus in on specific threats that require more detailed analysis. The cyber protection application is built on Norse's proven NarusInsight platform. The architecture of the solution is such that we have a collection layer where we collect off of passive taps or netflow data. We pass it up into the analysis layer, which acts on that data, and then in turn it's passed up into the user interface layer, which is our web portal where the end user will interact with the data itself. Let me walk you through some key elements of the architecture of the cyber protection application. The patented adaptive anomaly detection includes the entity analysis engine, the signal processing engine, and the entropy engine. The entity analysis is used to apply rules to the data so that the data can be analyzed including baselines and alerting for baseline deviations. The signal processing engine is a traditional security engine which will monitor for things such as DOS and DDoS events, port scanning, and worm activity. The entropy analysis engine watches for the normal random distribution of traffic across the network and looks for patterns where the traffic becomes more static, which could indicate anomalous activity within the network. Well, one of the unique capabilities of the cyber protection application is what we call our port-independent protocol detection. It monitors the payload of every session and identifies the applications as they come across the network, and it identifies them in such a way that it doesn't matter what the application is trying to tell the network it is, it identifies what the application truly is. So this is able to identify things such as application tunneling, port tunneling, and from this layer 7 session data, we're also able to baseline the applications that are being used on the network, who's using them, and what volume they're being used at. And it's really helpful in identifying unauthorized applications or applications which could be exfiltrating data from the network. What I wanted to leave you with today was that the NarusInsight CyberProtection application provides you with unprecedented visibility into your network using patented adaptive anomaly detection engines to provide you real-time continuous monitoring of the activities within your network. CyberProtection's real-time traffic intelligence enhances situational awareness and helps you protect your network against insider and advanced persistent threats.